Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Indian Food Week continues here on HK and it's a rainy day in Mumbai. It's pouring outside, and when it's raining, what do Indian people love to eat? Deep fried foods. And what's crispy and deep fried? Chicken 65. Oh yes, we're going to be making chicken 65 today, my friends, and that is a South Indian fried chicken, and it's just amazing. Now you're wondering, why in the world is it called chicken 65? Well, the story is that it was a dish on an army canteen in the southern part of India, and obviously the soldiers are from all over the country, and a lot of them could not read the local language, and they all liked dish number 65 on the menu, and that's how it got the name chicken 65. Of course, I have heard other really crazy stories like it has 65 ingredients, you need to make it 65 times to get it correct, which is all hogwash in my opinion. But anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's go and cook up that delicious chicken 65. The first thing we're going to do is take about 450 grams of boneless chicken leg meat, and this has been cut up into cubes. I'm going to season this with some salt, some black pepper powder, a nice big spoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, some coriander powder, some garam masala powder. I'm going to add in some chopped curry leaves. Oh yeah. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, and I'm going to throw in a teaspoon of white vinegar, and then I'm going to give this all a good mix. And this is the basic marinade for the chicken. This is what's going to give it that lovely flavor. Anyway, once that's done, it's time to deep fry the chicken, and I'm going to add in one full egg to this. So the egg is going to kind of be part of the batter and give it all a good mix. Once that's done, I'm going to add in some psyllium husk. Now I'm adding in 2 tablespoons to start with. Now give this all a good mix. Add more if you feel you need more. I added another tablespoon more. Alternatively, you can individually sort of dip each piece in a plate of psyllium husk and coat it individually. That's also fine. I'm just being lazy, so I mixed everything together. So anyway, once it's all mixed and ready, it's time to deep fry the chicken. Stop. I can already see you typing away furiously, getting ready to ask me, Sahil, can I do this with coconut flour? Sahil, can I do this with almond flour? And the answer is yes, you can bread the chicken with coconut flour and almond flour. But don't come crying to me when it tastes like crap, because guys, I have done tests on this and none of them are as good as psyllium husk. So if you don't have psyllium husk, you might be better off not breading it at all and just use the egg coating and deep fry it. But seriously, almond flour, coconut flour taste awful. Don't do it. I'm warning you in advance, and it's expensive as well. Now I've got some oil on the stove ready to deep fry my chicken. And now once the oil is nice and hot, in goes the chicken. Now remember, this is boneless, it's skinless, it's small bite-sized pieces, so this isn't going to take very long to cook. Just a couple of minutes and it should be enough to cook it all the way through. So put that chicken in, let it deep fry. Anyway, cook that chicken till it's nice and golden brown, and then take it out of the deep fryer. Now cook it in a couple of batches because you can't throw all of it in. And I'm also reusing some oil that I fried my test batch in. Yep, I actually did a test batch for this recipe, which is probably why it's frothing up like this. But otherwise you should not have any frothing around in your oil. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you can look and see if your chicken is golden brown, remove it from the deep fryer. Anyway, I'm on to my third batch of chicken, and I deep fry that bad boy and then remove it when it turns golden brown. I think golden brown is the key word for this episode. Take a shot of whiskey or tequila every time I say golden brown. Anyway, once all your chicken is golden brown and ready, it's actually ready for not your mouth but the next step. Of course, you can also eat it as it is, but we are taking it a step further. So for that, we're going to get a wok on the stove, and I'm going to heat up a nice tablespoon of ghee. You can alternatively use the same oil which you used to fry the chicken in, but I just wanted to use ghee, so I used it. Now once the ghee is nice and hot, I'm going to add in some cumin seeds, and you will see them start to sizzle. And I will also add in some mustard seeds, and soon enough they will start to pop. Once those are added in to the wok, I'm going to add in dried red chilies. These are called Kashmiri dried red chilies. We use this in our dahi rice recipe as well. And of course, give that all a good mix. Once the mustard seeds start popping violently and everything is probably smoking, throw in your curry leaves, fresh curry leaves, and these are going to get deep fried and they are going to be delicious. Anyway, give it all a good mix, and then I'm going to throw in another teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. Indian food just is not made without ginger garlic paste. So in that goes, and then while that is frying, I'm quickly going to put a teaspoon of red chili powder into some yogurt and give it all a good mix, and then that goes into my wok. Oh yeah, this is going to create something wonderful. I don't know what it's called, but it's wonderful. Give that all a good mix, and once it's all incorporated, then in goes that deep fried chicken. And then my friends, you got to do the wok tricks. You got to flip that chicken, you got to give it all a good mix, a good flip, and let all that yogurt mixture soak into the chicken. Yes, you want to cook it now till that yogurt mixture has disappeared and it's all sucked into the chicken. Trust me, it's a melting pot of flavors, and that chicken is going to absorb all of it, and it's going to be delicious. Anyway, once all that has dried away, the chicken 65 is ready. We're just going to put that on our serving plate, and my friends, that is the perfect food for a rainy day, along with your bulletproof coffee, black coffee, latte chai, whatever it is you drink. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste the chicken 65, and it's raining here in Mumbai, and this is the absolute perfect snack for this rainy day. Anyway, let me taste. I'm going to pick a piece with a nice bit of batter on it. Oh man. Fried curry leaves. Yummy. This is so good. I have a few tips and tricks for you. I'm going to put them on the blog post. Now you're wondering, what the hell is a blog post, Sahil? Well, in case you didn't know, every recipe, the macros and the written recipe are on my website, headbangerskitchen.com. The link to the exact recipe will be in the video description box, which is just below this video. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. I will see you on the next episode. Cheers and keep ketoing. Should I drop the chili? Damn it. Anyway, I will see you on the next episode. Until then, keep making some delicious keto food. Chicken 65. So good. So many flavors in there. It's like a spice party in my mouth.